Ready. Play.
Hello, everybody. I'm hoping my internet connection is good enough. Can you hear me okay, Mario?
Yeah. Hi,
Great.
everyone.
Great. Yes. Hi, everyone. Listen, we're obviously here to discuss the first match of the singles today. We've already had one doubles match, as you can see on our screen, that's over and done with the Finnish-British combo prevailing Glasspool and Heliovara. But now, of course, we are here to talk about the first match of the day, Rafa Nadal against Casper Ruud. For many people, they may think this is not an important match, Mario. Rafa's out, Casper's through. Tell me, why is this still an important match? Let's start with Rafa. Why is it important for Rafa, do you think?
Well, the match is important for him because because I
Very
think
good, Shohei.
needs to avoid to close his season going 0-3. It's important to close the year with a win and to leave Turin with less negative feelings, even comparing with the last matches. But for Casper Ruud and also for Rafa, it's important also because they can earn 200 points for the ranking, and every point counts. For example, for Casper Ruud, I was thinking yesterday that he has no point to defend at the Australian Open next year, so he's in a position where he can look at the ranking and try to put an effort to reach new heights, to be back in the top two, or who knows. And so then it's a tennis match, so everyone wants to win regardless of points, feelings. No one wants to lose. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, Rafa Nadal Academy wins.
Listen, many people were thinking maybe Rafa would pull out, maybe Holger Rune might be given a go. For me, as long as Rafa was not injured, that was never going to happen. He's got too much respect, I think, for the tournament, too much respect for his opponent. But also, the one thing Rafa has been saying constantly for the last 3 weeks is, I need sets, I need matches. And right now, this could be the springboard towards, Australia 2023. He can also bring this run of defeats to an end. Of course, it could get worse. But listen, he wants to test himself against the best players in the world. And with the exception of Alcaraz, they are all here in Turin. So for me, it was obvious that he would take the court, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with all what you said. He has respect of the tournament, of the opponents, and he needs matches. He needs to play. He needs to test himself, his shots to improve his level, and so it's the perfect tournament. If you're not able to win it, you can use this tournament, these matches to try to be more and more competitive against the best players, the players against which you will compete during the Australian summer and during the beginning of the next year. So I think he wants to play good tennis today. He wants to see his level improving, comparing with the last matches, and so I think he's motivated, even if he's already out. And I'm expecting a big fight because there is something more at stake that a simple final match of the season.
I agree. We'll talk a bit about Casper Ruud and then we'll come back to Rafa. How impressed have you been with Casper in this tournament so far?
Well, Casper He's playing very good tennis. I was impressed at the beginning of the match against Fritz. He started unbelievable that match. I'm not so much surprised in the sense that Ruud has proven to be able to be in this group of top players. But probably, yeah, he's looking like it's so easy for him to play at this level, and so probably that's another step. That's another step forward for him to be a top 5 player even the next year, and probably in Grand Slams to make the last step against the best players. And so I don't know if I can say that I'm surprised, and it's I have contrast feelings in this moment.
Let's talk a little bit about Rafa. A lot of the talk has been pretty negative around Rafa and his performances this week. I would think that I see both sides. I can understand, because of his age and the performances, I can understand why some people have been pretty concerned about Rafa's level. Are you concerned about his level from his perspective?
A bit, yes. I was expecting a bit more, but I think it's too early to say like Rafa is finished, Rafa's level, and all this concerning stuff, because yeah, he's losing some matches, but these matches are played against like the top 8 players in the world, and so if he's even at 70%, it isn't enough. And so I think that it's a bit too early to make some conclusions, and so we need to wait. He will start the year playing maybe some player, some less ranked player, and he will try to build his rhythm, his level. So I'm not so concerned, to be honest.
Yeah, I see a little bit of both. I see the concern, and I also see the people that tennis Twitter, of course, is divided, and I think we've got one camp like Brett here, which is basically saying, listen, he never does well on indoor hard. He's lost 2 matches here, blah blah blah. Nothing to be worried about. It's not indicative of anything in his opinion. Now, I don't go as far as that. I also don't go as far as saying Rafa's career is over. I do think that Brett has got a few things wrong here. First of all, it's 4 matches in a row. It's not 2. Also, in those 4 matches, he's only won 2 sets. So it's not like he's losing, deciding tie breaks like Medvedev has done twice this week, for example. It's not like he's getting to the quarterfinals or semifinals in Paris and then losing out. It's not like he went 5 sets with TFO either. So I do think there is genuine concern. I think it's right to be concerned. I think Rafa's concerned. Rafa himself has said, listen, I don't know if I'm going to get back to my top level, but I'm going to sure as hell do everything I can to do so. But of course, I also don't think that losing 4 matches in a row means his career is over and we can just, write him off as quickly as that, and he's going to be going out early rounds at all the slams next year. I think it'll be very interesting in Australia. I think his build-up will be very interesting. I think he cannot afford to have any more injuries before then, if you like. Any more ribs or abdominal things. He's got to be 100% healthy going into that tournament. We already know Novak is going to be there, and we already know the level of Alcaraz and Felix and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of people right now ahead of him in the queue. But if he's in that quarterfinals in Australia, that would not surprise me at all. And it wouldn't surprise me even if he went a bit further than that. So he is going to be competitive again soon. I just don't know when. That's what I'm saying. But I also think it's wrong to completely dismiss his performances on indoor hard. He's been getting to semi-finals. He was at the semi-finals in 2020.
He's been in the finals in this tournament.
He's really good on indoor hard. So I don't think, he's still in the top 10 probably right now over their career on indoor hard. So as a result, I think it is right to be concerned. But listen, we're about to start. Give me your prediction.
We're starting.
Give me your prediction.
Rafa will win in 3.
Ooh, another risk, I would say, from Mario. Listen, Shrihari's big on Ruud for next year. But anyway, listen, I want you to talk us through this match, and I need to get my phone back and get this going. So I think they've just got underway, right?
Yeah. Even we are 40 love.
Oh yeah, so we are. I'm sorry.
We were talking about we are 40 love. Rafa is serving first, and he has 3 chances to win this first game.
Great. I'm going to come out now, and I'm going to let you, Mario, talk us through this match.
Bye. Thank you. Okay, so another ace, and Rafa is 1 love in the first set. Perfect start. So we were saying Rafa needs to win this one. Why Rafa in 3? Why Rafa in 3? Well, because I'm expecting Ruud to be competitive today against Rafa, because he wants, according to me, to prove that he can play even against these legends of our sport. But I think that Rafa will be able to step up a little bit and to bring his level a little bit up, and I think he can do it in the end. So now we have Ruud serving. And an ace, even an ace to start from Casper Ruud. This court is really fast. All the players are serving really well, but Ruud in particular, in the last match he served, he was impressive. Now a mistake. In terms of excitement, which has been your favorite match? It's been yesterday's match, and I'll explain why. That's between Medvedev and Tsitsipas, and I'll explain why in 1 minute. Because what a volley from Casper Ruud! Stop volley, fantastic, 30-15, amazing. And that's another factor in favor of Casper Ruud. He's now able to do a lot of things on court, to go to the net, to play some very good volleys, to do even some serve and volley. He's improved a lot. Yeah, and I agree with you. Now we are 30 all, because Rafa's played a good rally. Ruud has missed the forehand. Oh, a mistake with the backhand from Rafa. He had a good chance here. Now we are 40-30. So Ruud has 1 game point. Okay, so a good serve. Nadal has missed the forehand, the return, and so 1-all. And the server returns to Rafa. I was talking about the match who has excited me the most, and I had picked Tsitsipas against Medvedev because I like their matchup. I like how their style, their contrast in matches at high level in this tournament, like ATP finals. And gioco Ruud. So yeah, that second set tiebreak was truly fantastic. That those match points saved from Medvedev, and yeah, the whole match has excited me a lot. Now we're seeing a great rally, and Ruud has missed the backhand, the crosscut backhand. So Rafa has survived this quite difficult rally. 15-love. Ruud will try to win his first career match against a top 3 opponent. And Rafa is ranked number 2, so why not today? Now that's a good serve from Rafa, 30-love. He is 6 out of 6 points won on his serve now. Yeah, you're right. This is the main criticism. Yeah. And that's why I think that, yeah, even if this is a quite, this match is not important. Yeah, not even won a set. So I think that today he really wants to change things. Yeah. Love, Rafa has 3 chances to go 2-1. And great serve, so 2-1. So Rafa hasn't lost a single point in his first 2 service games. He's been 30-all in his first return game, Rafa. But yeah, a bad backhand has saved Ruud from conceding a break point. Thoughts on the match tonight? Felix Fritz. Yeah, definitely the battle. Yeah. We are going to see good service games, I think, in these conditions with the Felix and Taylor's serves. So I'm expecting at least a tiebreak. I see Felix as the slight favorite, but I don't know. I won't write Fritz off because he showed to be able to do pretty well in this tournament, even against Casper Ruud. He played a great match. So yeah, the winner plays Djokovic. Do either have a chance? For me, Felix would have a better chance against Djokovic, because according to me, he's more able to steal the time from Djokovic. But I don't know. I see Djokovic as the favorite for this event so far. Oh, bad forehand from Rafa, 30 love. Ruud will play Steph or Rublev. Which one? I'm going for Tsitsipas. Even if Rublev, he played a very bad second set yesterday, but I see him quite good. I think I'll go for Tsitsipas in 3 even tomorrow. Another 3-setter, but a win for Tsitsipas. While here we are 40 love, because Rafa has missed another baseline shot. Too many mistakes so far, like in his previous matches. Good second serve, and so Ruud holds to love. And so we are 2-0 in this first set. Yeah, Ruud's grandparents, yes. Since the first match, I think they're here since the beginning. Probably it's another motivation for him, playing in front of his whole family, and why not? Maybe he's also quite more relaxed because he has all his loved ones. And now we have Rafa's serve and volley, 15 love. Now we have also the whole Rafa's family. Oh, great rally, great forehand from Casper Ruud. Fantastic point won by the seed number 3. 15-0. Rafa loving serve and volley recently. Yeah, I think that it's an important way for him to use his left-handed serve. I think that he can, shorten points, of course. And so, we've seen him adding this serve and volley constantly throughout the years. Even in difficult moments, he wants to decide how the point will go. and it's important for me. Another good serve. They're serving well. And now we are 40-15. Rafa has 2 game points. So far, no chances for the returner. Is this score too fast for entertaining matches? Oh, great return from Casper Ruud. So 40-30. I would say a bit. Probably that's too much. I don't know if I can say serve botting. Yeah, they're all serving so well. Even the first set yesterday between Djokovic and Rublev. Yeah, good forehand winner from Rafa. So he holds at 30, and we are 3-2. Yeah, and so I was saying, yeah, probably a little bit too fast. Yeah, it's also entertaining because we can see another kind of tennis. But for my personal taste, I prefer slower surfaces. Do you play? Yes, I play tennis. I used to play tennis at a quite good level. Then I stopped a little bit, but I play tennis. um, yeah, I love clay too. I love clay too. Here in southern Italy, like 90% of the courts are on clay. So I'm so used to play on clay, and yeah, I love that surface, having the contact with red clay. I like the feeling. Should I go? I live in Apulia. I love my my place. I love Apulia. So I'll tell you, yeah, come come in Apulia. And now we're starting again. We are doing a series on best matches of 2022. Okay, if I have to say the best, I would pick the US Open quarterfinal between Alcaraz and Sinner. For me, it's the best match of the year. But I would mention a match which probably not too many people can remember. It was a straight sets win for Djokovic against Auger-Aliassime in Rome, but it was a fantastic match, a fantastic second set. So I picked these 2 matches. Now great rally, but Ruud missed the backhand. So 15 all. WTA. Oh, there's one I loved watching. The final in Strasbourg between Kerber and Juvan. It's been a fantastic match. I loved that match. So I picked that. Yes. Oh, this volley from Ruud on the net. So 15-30. That's a first chance for the returner, and it is for Rafa. Oh, great forehand from Casper Ruud, 30 all. Great way to even the score. 30 all, 159 kilometers per hour forehand. Fantastic. And then another great serve, another great forehand, and so 40-30. Can Ruud win this tournament? I would say that it would also be kind of deserved, because he's been in the finals at the Miami Masters, in Roland Garros, at the US Open. Now another good serve, so Ruud holds from 15-30, and we are 3 all. So yeah, I would say that the US Open, I don't remember if I mentioned it, so it would be kind of deserved in my opinion. And I think he can do it. At least he can do it in the semi-final against Tsitsipas or Rublev. Then in the final, yeah, he has already beaten the other two guys, Fritz and Auger-Aliassime, and then there's Novak. But I would say, why not? I think he can do it. Good point from Rafa. Closed with a good smash. Not so easy. And so 15 love. He missed the first serve, but he was trying another serve and volley. But he has to serve the second. Oh, good point. He was attacking with a forehand, then he decided to do the drop shot. And so we are 30 love. Oh, this tweet is... Yeah, I quite agree, to be honest. I think that the matchup is favorable for Rafa Nadal. So I think that he has more time today. It's good. Wow, hot shot from Casper Ruud. I don't even know how to describe it. Incredible, with the slice backhand. cross-court winner. Fantastic. Rafa claps him. But then the backhand is long from Ruud, so 40-15. Nadal has 2 chances to hold his game. Rafa clapped him in the Roland Garros final too. You're right. And then a good first serve. So Rafa holds to 15. So till now, no issues for him on serve. Yeah, I'm looking to the numbers, to the stats. Rafa is 10 out of 11 with the first serve. Maybe a bit low his percentage, but he can improve it. Quite good numbers so far. Oh, good this. Yeah, already 9 winners. 9 is a quite good number after 7 games. Favorite non-slam match of the year? Non-slam match. That's difficult. Djokovic Alcaraz Madrid was great. Was a great match. I'm saying if I have to say another one, I have to think a little bit. I would say also the Zverev Sinner match in Monte Carlo was good. Was a really good match. Now we have a forehand mistake from Casper Ruud, so 15-all. He is missing a bit so far, but not too much to cause him real issues. Even because he's serving well. In fact, we have another good serve, 30-15. What's for lunch? I've already eaten, but my father has arrived just now at home. A poor volley from Rafa. So 40-15. Yeah, in Italy earlier. Yes. Oh, very good backhand from Rafa on the line. So Ruud has missed the forehand. 40-30. And then the ace. An ace to close this 8th game. 4 games all. So now we're entering the topic moment of this set. We'll see how Rafa will play this topic moment, because he didn't do so well in his previous matches. So we'll see how we will manage. Oh, so nice that pick. Beautiful. Yeah, you're right. He was fine until the tiebreak. Yeah. Oh, now Rafa has missed a quite comfortable forehand. So love 15. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Also against Tommy Paul, but even in even against Felix, he started quite well because he had his chances. He had 4 break points. Then yeah, fell apart. So we'll see today. Now a good serve. So 15-all. Yeah, 4 break points in the first set, and then only one in during the rest of the match. Oh, fantastic forehand from Casper Ruud. Wow. He's rocking with his forehand. 15-30. Again, 159. The speed. And second serve. But great. The serve and then the forehand. Great point from Rafa to level the score in this game, 30-all. 4 all, 30 all. That's a topic point. Oh, no. What a missing with the forehand from Rafa. And so there's a break point, the first break point of the match. First break point of the match is for Casper Ruud. And in a quite important game, I would say. On serve and volley from Rafa, the volley was quite bad and Ruud has missed the passing shot. Saving Rafa, I would say. So 40 all. We are going to deuce in this game. Yeah, a bit lucky, but at least he tried to do something. So it's okay. That's good. Yeah. Wow. What a backhand winner for Casper Ruud. And that's another break point. It was very close. Yeah, I agree. Rafa is lacking some explosiveness. When he needs to close the point, he doesn't go for it. Yeah. Okay, good serve now. The return is long. So another break point saved. We are in such a long game. And an ace. Ace. So advantage Nadal. Yeah. The winner of this game can have a boost of confidence. And another good serve. So Nadal saves 2 break points and then holds a very important hold for him. 5-4, Ruud will serve to stay in the set. An important game, this one, for Rafa, because losing the first set, yeah, I think that he needs this first set more than Casper Ruud. Yeah, Rafa might get this game. Yeah, he can. I think he can. Let's see. Let's see how Casper Ruud will serve. But yeah, probably the level of his return is still quite low. He still has to break in this tournament. And we are in the third match. And that's a bad return. That's a bad return. So 15 love. Yeah, it's not so common for him because he like Novak, Rafa is always first, second in all the return stats. So it's quite strange. But then we have a mistake from Ruud, so 15 all. And then an ace. Ruud is serving very well in this tournament. The serve and then the forehand. Forehand winner, and so 40-15. 2 game points, 2 chances to get to 5 all. Oh, that's a bad forehand from Ruud, but he has still another chance. Great serve to win this game. So 5 games all. And the serve returns to Rafa. Fifth ace. It's the 5th for Rafa. 15 love. Yeah, the stats are even. Yeah, like the score. Oh, that was a second serve. An ace with the second serve. 30 love. Rafa serve bot, yeah. Oh, fantastic serve and volley. Wow. So 40 love. Very fast game so far. Oh, the forehand is long after the serve from Rafa. So 40-15. There are other 2 game points. And he holds. So 6-5. He has at least secured the tiebreak. Now Ruud has to serve again to stay in. And that's a question. That's the question of this game. Can Rafa get his first break point of the match? Yeah, definitely. His returning has been the problem throughout the tournament. Yeah, even because he hasn't served bad. I would say his serve is looking quite good in these matches. But yeah, he used to turn, he used to return better than this. Six five 48 minutes have passed. Now let's see if we're going to a tiebreak or if Rafa can close the set. What has happened to Rafa since that quarterfinal? Yeah, first of all, he had the abdominal injury, so he couldn't play the semifinal. And then I think that he's never been in shape. In fact, he's played very few matches, and I think that that's the problem. But now with that forehand missing from Casper Ruud, we are love 30. That score is wrong. We are love 30. And love 40. A backhand mistake from Casper Ruud. So 3 set points. All of a sudden, I would say. And to be honest, Rafa hasn't done so much to have these 3 set points. Second serve. And Rafa takes it with a volley, 7-5. Okay, it's been quite unexpected. I don't know. At least in this way. But Ruud has played a bad game, to be honest.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that was weird. I was just saying he's not broken in the, well, you were saying he's not broken in the whole tournament. He's not won a set for about 2 million years. And boom, there we go. But as you said, that final game was kind of weird. He didn't, I mean, that's a good volley at the net from Rafa, but honestly, he didn't have to do much to win that last game.
yeah, exactly. He played, he needed to play, well, 1 point, the last point. And
Exactly. I mean, Rafa, by the way, sorry, just one thing on Casper, by the way. He does look like a guy who's already through. Does that make sense? You know, I just think I said there's
yeah,
a lack
a
of
bit, yes.
a lack of explosiveness from Rafa throughout this tournament, definitely, but I think there's a lack of an edge from Ruud as well. I mean, he's played okay, but this is he can play better.
Yeah, definitely. I think the same. I think that yeah, 2 days ago, probably he he would have not played so bad this game. Mm, yeah, I think that yeah, this game was a little bit weird, but yeah, probably we had to expect that probably in these close moments, Casper Ruud being being already through, maybe he can distract himself a little bit unconsciously. I don't know how to say.
Listen, I think it's really important for the aesthetics, for the look, for the appearance, for the reputation. Not reputation, it's the wrong word, but for somebody of Rafa Nadal's stature to lose 4 matches in a row without winning a set, or sorry, to lose 4 matches in a row, 5 matches in a row, sorry, and this tournament without winning a set, that would just be a really embarrassing look for a guy
Yeah, yeah,
who's
yeah,
won
you're
so
right. I
many.
think that he needs this win.
Yeah, I think so too, and he needed that set as well, I think. And he's broken serve. It's not the best return game of his life for sure, but at least he's on the board. I'm sure he wished that he played Casper Ruud in his first match. That may have been helpful for him, and then he may have ran into Felix and Fritz in slightly better form. But anyway, listen, he's won that first set. I'm sure he'll be keen to finish his season on a high, and then at least the talk regarding Rafa, I think, would quieten down because I think the talk will only get more and more the more he loses.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't have to add a lot in the sense that for Rafa is important this win if he can get it, because going out 0-3 from the tournament in which there are the best 8 players, um, a legend like Rafa can't go out with 0 wins and 3 losses for me.
Agreed, agreed. I mean, listen, when we were watching the match on Tuesday, I knew when Rafa had missed because you were like, "Oh, that's a horrible volley," and I just knew it was from Rafa because I think there was also a sense with you that it was like, "Oh, this is a bit shocking, a bit sad," you know. So you didn't
Yeah,
even need to say Rafa. I knew it was him during the match, particularly against Felix, I think,
yeah, it's
which.
that.
Yeah, exactly. And but listen. He's won the first set. We'll be getting underway in a few seconds. I'm just going to put some stats on the screen regarding that first set. Just give me a second. Let's get those up. Yeah, here we go. Some first set stats. So as I said to you, at one point they were very even, but basically in that final game, that's when it changed. Rafa, of course, got a winner at the net, but the rest were pretty much all unforced errors from
Yeah,
Casper.
3 and 4. Three and
Exactly.
four.
Exactly, and that was how it basically, you know, it was the change of the match. Listen, I'm going to let you commentate throughout this second set, and I'll speak to you at the end of the match, or the end of the set, sorry.
Okay.
Take care. Good luck.
Thanks. So we are 30 love. Rafa has served well in these first 2 points. Okay, serve and then the forehand, 40 love. Oh, great volley! Fantastic volley from Rafa. And he holds to love to start the set. 1 love. Very good. Yeah, in this game, he's looked like relieved to have won that first set. And now Casper Ruud needs to hold. And he starts well with a good first serve. So 15 love. Yeah, that game was huge, as you were saying during that game. So you're absolutely right. Because Casper Ruud would have served to the first set to close the set, and probably now we would have been talking other things. Oh, lucky Rafa, but Ruud manages to win this point anyway. So 30 love. Oh, this backhand is out from Ruud, so 30-15. First point of the set won by the returner. Yeah, love this image. Fantastic, fantastic shot. He did it also in his first match against Tommy Paul. Then a good serve from Casper. And so 40-15, two game points for him. Yeah, against Fritz, you're right. I said Paul. Yeah, it was against Fritz in the first match, obviously. Yeah. Maybe next year we can have Tommy Paul in the finals, but not in this 2022. Then a bad return from Rafa. So Ruud takes this game quite easily, and we are one game all. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm talking I'm talking from the future. Yeah, I am 15 love too. Yeah, but probably it's because I'm not in streaming. I'm watching it in the television. I think that's the reason. We had another good serve from Rafa to go 30 love. We are now in the second hour of play. And then a bad backhand from Ruud. So 40 love. Ruud is definitely not so clear with his shots like he was in his previous matches. Oh, great forehand down the line from Nadal. So another service game won without losing any point. Okay, now I'll try to yeah, I'm interested too, but I don't know. Watching how things are going now, I'll be a little bit surprised if the match will go to a third set. I don't know. I think probably. I don't know. We have to see how how much Ruud wants to give a true fight today. Even thinking about the physical aspect of the match, even the impact that this match can have for him in the rest of the tournament. Who is your favorite Italian player? He is Yannick Sinner. I like his game style. because I like good backhands. Usually I tend to prefer players with a good, clear backhand. And I'm like a strange person because I prefer the two-handed backhand. So yeah, Yannick Sinner is my favorite Italian player, as for a personal taste. Yeah, two-handed, yeah. So Rafa now has played a good point, and so we are 15-all. Okay, I'll tell you. I like this question. Oh, okay, fantastic point played by Casper Ruud to go 30-15. If I have to say, my female favorite player was Maria Sharapova. I love her. I used to love her grit, her passion. I fell in love with her when I was a kid watching tennis. As regards male player, I have to say Novak Djokovic. Yeah, I paused it a little bit, like 20 seconds, because I don't want to go too earlier. Then Rafa missed the return, and so we are 2 games all. Now I think that I am on time with all of you. Okay, so I'll go back ahead. So an ace from Rafa to go 15 love. Yeah, okay, I got it. Another ace. 30 love. He's serving very good. The serve and then the forehand, fantastic. 40 love. He's playing quite well now. Look at this stat. He has improved his forehand speed today. His average forehand speed. Today we are at 128 compared to 122 from his previous 2 matches. So he is improving. And then another good serve to go 3-2. Another good game. I think, yeah, Not I think, it's so. He hasn't lost a single point so far on serve in this second set. Rafa has been 0-3 in his round robin only once in his career, in 2009. The year in which 7 seconds. Okay. Okay. Okay, done it. Let's see. Let's see if I am in the perfect timing. Now Ruud has to serve. Prego, in Italian. Oh, great rally. And Rafa closes it with a good backhand. La 15. It was more like a clay court rally, this one. Good serve now from Casper Ruud, 15-all. And Rafa is complaining because he wants this win. Oh, no. This forehand is out from Rafa. Bad missing, this one. 30-15. Great rally played by Casper. So 2 game points. Like in the first set, in these first games, no real chances against the serve. Oh, great winner. Another forehand down the line from Nadal to go 40-30. Forehand quality, 9.2 from Rafa. That's good. 9.2 out of 10, obviously. Oh, 2 smashes, but he wins the point, so deuce. Here is the chance. Good point from Casper. Advantage Ruud. A third game point for him. Very good with the backhand from Ruud. And that's a big hold for him. 3-game all. We'll see if he'll be able now to create some issues on Rafa's serve. He hasn't lost a single point on serve so far in this second set. Oh, very good with the forehand. Nadal to go 15 love. The forehand in the net from Casper. So 30 love. So we are 14 out of 14 for Rafa on serve so far in this second set. And 15 with an ace. $40 love. It's his 10th ace. And that's another good sign because he did 2 aces, I think, against Auger Sim. And now a double fault. 40-15, probably that's okay, but we'll see. Because against Felix, a double fault has started everything. Yeah, I agree. He's serving well, and I think it's good also because he had some abdominal issues. So when you have an abdominal pain, the serve is the most difficult thing. Oh, lucky Ruud now. Very lucky with the net, and then he still had to make the winner with a backhand passing shot. So 40-30. Yeah, then 2 double faults to go 40-30, and then yeah, he lost that game. Now he has a last chance. But very good with the serve and then the volley to hold and to go up 4-3. And now there is a big game incoming for Casper. Well, I need to turn my light on. I'll do it now. Okay. Because Rafa is down in the score, he really gives this one a ride. Big down the line for a winner. Not sure why he doesn't throw these forehand darts more often. Yeah, probably it's also a matter of confidence. Sometimes when you lack a little bit in confidence, you find it more difficult to find these kind of shots in topic moments. So I think it's also a matter of confidence. Having lost a lot in these last weeks. And now a big game incoming. Because Casper absolutely needs to hold. But we're starting 15 love. Long rally won by Casper Ruud. Oh, fantastic forehand. 30 love. Fantastic forehand from Casper. Look at that, 91% first serve points won from Nadal. Huge serve from Casper, 40 love. So he's doing quite well in this important game. Rafa with the drop shot is a winner. 40-15. Yeah, clever shot because Ruud was defending was far away from the baseline, and so the drop shot was a clever choice. Serve and volley from Casper Ruud, and the volley is good, fantastic. 4-game all. Who's favorite right now? Right now, I would say Djokovic, because he's been the most consistent player in these past weeks, probably with Auger-Aliassime. But given the story of the history of the tournament, I think that right now he looks like the favorite. Oh, another ace. He's serving fantastic. 15 love. I see you. Oh, another ace. Incredible. 30 love. Oh, a third ace in this game. 40 love. He's going for the perfect game. Let's see. He did it. He did it. Ace, 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 ace. Wow. John Isner style, I would say. So now, oh, let's play a game. Okay, I'm gonna say a player. Okay, let's go. I'd say quite bad. Yeah. Tsitsipas. No, overall, it's been a good year for him. Very good. Sakari saved her season in the end, but I think quite good, because he confirmed herself. Sabalenka instead, I would say so-so, according to the expectations. Bad. Truly bad year for Swiatek, yeah. Djokovic, I'd say good year, because when he played, he proved to be good. Nadal, I'd say good year, two Grand Slams. So Felix too, a good year. Maybe needs to improve in great tournaments. But yeah, fantastic forehand from Nadal, 15 all. This is a huge game, because a break can close the match. Three points from a needed victory, even if a bit useless for this tournament. But great serve from Casper to go 30-15. Still no break points in this second set. And Rafa misses another return. 40-15. Fantastic serve, and then the forehand down the line. Fantastic game played by Ruud. 5 games all. And now it's a topic moment for Rafa. He's served unbelievable so far, especially in the second set. But let's see. For now, he won 20 points out of 22. Another ace. I can't believe it. What's happening? I know he can serve good, but 15 aces. Wow. I agree. Oh, he missed. He missed the serve. Incredible. Breaking news. But good second serve. Ruud missed the backhand. So 30 love. Oh, what a return. Fantastic. A fantastic backhand return from Ruud. 30-15. Wow. Rafa was coming to the net and got passed by this fantastic return. Ooh! Unbelievable! This was a half volley from Rafa, fantastic. 40-15. Wow, hot shot. Because Ruud played a fantastic slice. But fantastic from Nadal. Wow. Look at that. And so 40-15. 2 game points and then an ace, the number 16 of his match. And so 6 games to 5. Now we are in the same situation of the first set. So now there's another important game for Casper and also for Rafa, of course. Because if he breaks now, he wins the match. Okay, so last time Ruud has won a match recovering after having lost the first set was second round in the US Open against Van Rijthoven. Then he won 3-1. So let's see. Oh, great drop shot from Nadal, love 15. Again, 3 points away. But this time, he's ahead in the game. Oh, love 30. It's a throwback. And Nadal is 2 points away from winning this. He's playing well in this rally. Wow. Oh, and then the backhand is out from Nadal, but fantastic rally. Both played really well. 15-30. Another important point. And second serve. And Rafa hits a forehand winner, and so 15-40, we are at match point. 2 match point. Good serve from Casper. 30-40, second match point now. Oh, and that's it. With a backhand winner, 7-5, 7-5. From Rafa Nadal. Casper still wins the group, but Rafa avoids to going out with a 0-3. A well-needed win for him after 4 straight losses. 7-5, 7-5.
So, finally, Rafa gets a win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a needed win. Let's start. I hate to start with the loser all the time, but sometimes the loser will grab the headlines. What was it? Just felt like Casper was sort of, I'm in the semi-finals. I'm up against Rafa. Maybe it's a matchup problem. Do you think it might be a matchup problem for Casper?
Yeah, it's not a favorable matchup for him, but I think like he played quite well. He did his things well, but he lacked a bit of grit today, like in his last performances. In
Yeah.
fact, in the topic moment, he had a little bit less compared to Rafa, who probably wanted this win more than him.
Yep. I think it was very important for Rafa, of course, bearing in mind what has happened now. At least he's broken that run of defeats. There was a very funny tweet, of course, that I put up earlier. I don't know if you could see that, the one where it's him and Roger going, finally, after he wins a set. Well, now it's finally he's won a match. He's not won one since New York. He's going to be on the court in a second to give his on-court interview. I'll relay what he says as well. Give me some thoughts on Nadal's performance today.
Nadal served unbelievable, I would say. He served in a fantastic way. I think that even if the score is a 7-5, 7-5, he played much better in the second set than in the first. Even with his forehand, with his baseline shots. In the first set, he made some bad mistakes here and there, but in the second set he played very good, and I think that he can look with a smile at his off season. We still need I don't know, further information from him, because this match, Casper is a great player. We are at NATO ATP finals, so a good stage. But I think that we need some more information from him. But finding a win, it's obviously important, He did well in the second set, so I think that definitely a better performance for him.
Yes, I agree. I'll let you know when he comes on court for his interview and let you know what he says. But I just have a quick look at Twitter a second. I see you've just tweeted as well. Obviously, Rafa's win today. His first win since New York, his first win in 4 matches. And I'm going to bring this tweet up on the screen where there's that famous Instagram live thing where did Rafa win today? Finally, just give me a second. I'll get up on the screen where him and Roger having their good little bit of fun there. Did Rafa win today? Yes, finally. And we've got Ghibli in on the chat as well. Good win for Rafa. Hard to know what to make of that. Ruud wasn't filled with confidence for their next meeting. But listen, I think the thing for Ruud, it's not just about their next meeting or future meetings. I think the bigger concern for me is that I think you can lose momentum. I think you can lose momentum in tournaments, especially. And I wonder if now Ruud is
You're
going to
right.
go into the semi-final, whether it be against Tsitsipas or Rublev, and there'll be a slightly different. I think there is. It does make a difference. It may even give a bit more confidence. And imagine he won all 3 of these matches. Suddenly we'd be going to the semi-finals. We'd be thinking, my goodness me, maybe, just maybe, Ruud can go on and win this thing. However, given the way he performed today, you can lose momentum. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, even because he'll play on Saturday, I'm sure he'll play in the evening because Tsitsipas and Rublev will play tomorrow at 9 p.m. in Turin, and it's quite difficult because the winner of between Tsitsipas and Rublev plays tomorrow.
Yep.
And if he wins, he'll get a boost of confidence to arrive on Saturday strong. So it will be a difficult semi-final. Yeah, I agree with what you said. In fact, yeah, I was expecting a little bit more, but yeah, I'm not concerned.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure. Rafa 37 winners. That's a huge number, even if 16 with a forehand.
Just 1 second. Todo bien. No, no necesito nada. No, nada, nada. Estoy bien. Gracias. Sorry, Mario. Just a little chat in Spanish. Yeah. So yeah,
Look at
the
that
winners count.
Forehand, 16 winners and only 7 and 4th today, and that's a good sign.
I agree. I'm just going to interrupt you because Rafa's about to talk, and I'll relay what he says.
Okay.
I've been practicing well. Not enough matches, maybe. A little bit of a lack of confidence. That's how it is. Accepting the things that didn't go my way. But at least I finished today with a positive victory. It's important. It's the last official match of the season. Happy. Yesterday was a good practice, but today was great against a great player. Very simple thing is that I need to compete. Otherwise, if I'm at home, I'm not calm when I'm not competing. That's how it is. I have to try my best. I have to put the best attitude. I will not be able to stay happy if I'm just staying home by myself without giving it my best. What are your hopes for next year? No dreams. I can't ask for more. This year has been tough. Last 6 months. 2 Grand Slams. Finishing a higher spot on the ranking than I started. At my age, achieving this means a lot to me. 2023. Let's try to have the right preparation, work the proper way, and start the season with the right energy to reach the level I need to be competitive from the beginning. Let's see. I'm excited about it. So, could you hear Rafa as well, by the way, when I was talking?
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite similar of what we were saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with his words. I think he said it right. Um, I looked him, and he was truly happy. It was a true happiness to have finally won a match, to get back that winning feeling that probably he missed it in these past 2 or 3 months, because he hasn't experienced it since the US Open. So I think that he's truly happy to have turned the things around today.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Listen, I think what I was probably saying regarding Casper, first of all, Novak is Novak. Okay, so Novak can win matches, can lose matches. He'll still be amazing, and he can just do that. But for the rest of us mere mortals, I think it maybe depends on your last match as well. And I think Casper Ruud probably needs to show and achieve a bit more, if you like, for us to believe him. I know there's a lot of people on tennis Twitter that are saying, why don't we believe him? Well, the reason we don't believe him is because at the absolute elite, and Casper Ruud is top 10 in the world, top 5 in the world, definitely deserves to be here, definitely deserves to be in the semi-finals. So once we put that there, but then if you're going to win majors, and if probably you're going to win an ATP Tour Finals, you're going to have to beat somebody in the top level of this sport, top 3, for example. And by the way, I know the rankings don't suggest it, but Novak is clearly top 3, maybe even top 1. So, he's not beaten a Novak when he's in the top 3. He's not beaten a Rafa in the top 3, etc., etc. in the world. He didn't beat Carlos or Rafa last year in the 2 major finals. It's not to say that in 3 days from now he may have proved us all wrong. I just don't think that this defeat is. I don't think that this defeat is irrelevant. Is what I'm saying. I do think there may be some relevance, and as Ghibli rightly says, let's see. We'll never know. I just think it's better to go into the semi-finals with a win. So let's take Andre or Steph. One of them is going to go into the semi-finals with a win. One of them's going to go in with a defeat, and I just think it's slightly better if you go. We're talking about 0.1% here. I don't think we're talking about the end of the world for Casper. And of course, everyone would rather be in Casper's shoes than Rafa's today. Rafa winning, but going out, losing, going through is far better. Listen, I think we should share this lovely tweet that you just put up there with a smiling Rafa as well. Listen, let's also have a look at a couple other comments here from Ghibli. Nice to have you as well as always in the chat. I guess natural, but I feel like Rafa and Rafa and Novak referenced their age a lot more than Roger did. I actually think it's Rafa who talks about his age more than it. I remember once, I think it was about 18 months ago, maybe it was in Rome, 2021, and Rafa's like, we're not getting any younger. And I think Djokovic said something like, I still feel young,
Yeah, I think too.
Yeah. Just
Then,
having a look.
then it's also a matter of comparison. Here in this historical tennis moment, there are a lot of young guys. So probably there is the difference is wider than when Federer was 33, 34, 35, because we had still Novak and Rafa, who were 30, 31, 29. So it's probably a bit different, because right now we have Carlos Alcaraz, number 1 in the world, 19 years old. But we have also Tsitsipas, who's 23. Casper Ruud is also a young player. Holger Rune, who won the Masters in Paris last week. So yeah, I think that Yeah, that's my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just going to read out a few tweets here. One here from Jethro. So much better from Nadal today. Really happy to see him end his season with a win, even if it doesn't mean anything in this event. Hopefully, he enters 2023 with a good amount of confidence and match practice. Yeah, okay. Listen, we've mentioned how important or not important maybe this is for Casper Ruud and the semi-finals, etc. But let's talk about Rafa. And I think this match does matter. I think going into 2023 on the back of 5 defeats, albeit on a surface and conditions that maybe aren't perfect for him, I think it would shake. It would shake. It has been shaking tennis, if you like. Or so it would be four. What is it? So yeah, we've had 4 in a row, and it would be 5 in a row if he'd lost today. Yeah. So I think it has been shaking you and me when we're watching Rafa put forehands
Yeah.
into the net and failing with volleys. We've been going, oh, this is jarring. This is weird, and
Yeah.
uncomfortable sometimes. And I think so. Therefore, I think winning today. Imagine if he lost today, even if it was 3 sets. Imagine if he lost today, bearing in mind the matchup with Casper in the past. That would only increase the concerns and the people saying, he's done.
Yeah, I truly agree because I think I checked his career stats, and in his professional career, he lost 5 matches in a row only once, and he was very very young. So yeah. So yeah, this win is very important to end this streak and to be a little more relaxed. Okay, I went to Turin, things went bad, but at least I won a match. I played some matches against my top opponent, and I won once. So at least the picture is less horrible.
Yeah, absolutely. I think now we're not quite in neutral territory regarding Rafa. I think we've still got 1 or 2 more concerns than being in neutral or somewhere in positive. But I think I think if he was to personally, I would prefer him to play a 250 at the beginning of January. There's 2 or 3 I think in Australia that build up to the I know we've got this what do you call it? The United Cup. I think
Yeah,
that's nice. Personally, I would be fine with him playing doubles there. For example, I know he played a doubles match in Australia at the beginning of the year. Most people forgot about it because I think he played 1 doubles match and concentrated on the Melbourne 250. But I think if they play that summer set again in Melbourne, that 250, I think that's perfect preparation. I think it was Owen about this a few months ago from Popcorn Tennis, and he said to me that it wasn't for him. It wasn't just the fact that Rafa had that tournament before. He said it was also very good for him to play on Rod Laver Arena for 3, 4 matches, whatever it
yeah, that's
was.
fine.
And I also took something from that tournament, which was where's the United Cup going to be played? Is it going to be in Melbourne or is it somewhere? Or is it? I think it's all over the country. I think the United Cup, Sydney, Adelaide, and Melbourne. I think so. Maybe Perth too.
Yeah, yeah. Even if uh, for the moment I don't remember which country is in which city. It's a little bit difficult
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
learn the format. But yeah, for example, Novak Djokovic is not in the United Cup.
Is he not? Okay.
And
Well, is he definitely not, or he wasn't because of his visa status until now?
he could enter in any way in the tournament, like he did last year, entering the entry list in the Australian Open. He was in the draw. Then he was cancelled by the draw and entered an Italian lucky loser. So he made the choice to not enter the tournament. Same, for example, Yannick Sinner, who Yannick Sinner is like in same situation of Rafa Nadal because he's been injured now, and so he will need to build his confidence in Australia before the Australian Open, and he chose to play in Adelaide, 250
Yeah.
event instead of the United Cup. So I don't know. It's a tricky situation because in January there are so many weeks, so few weeks before the Australian Open. It's just 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it's quite important to have the right schedule in order to arrive at the Grand Slam ready.
Do you know what? I am not an expert by any stretch of the imagination. By the way, I think, as Ghibli says here, the teams have been decided for the United Cup. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been decided.
And Rafa is in. I hope, what I hope is that Rafa is able to play a little bit at the United Cup, but also able to play a 250. Say for example in Melbourne, if there is one, and then go into the Aussie Open like that. Listen, Ghibli also makes a point about Rafa's preparations last year were far from ideal. Of course, having barely played for 6 months, but of course, with a slam, very different to this ATP Tour finals, and even different to a Masters 1000, where you're already playing Tommy Paul in your first match, after a couple of months. Of course, at a slam, you can 5 sets. You might get Richard Gasquet in the first round, for example. We know how Rafa loves that matchup, and so on and so forth. And then suddenly you're playing Tommy Paul, for example, in the fourth round, and it's a 5-set match. And you've already played 9 or 10 sets, and I mean, Rafa, for example, at the Australian Open said that he started to feel some belief and confidence in the Hachanov match, which I think was his third round match last year. And of course, he'd already had a couple of good matches, straight sets, I think they were, but it was in that match that he started to realize. I wonder, and I'm not an expert in this field at all, in terms of fitness and in terms of tennis and coaching, but I wonder if Rafa's 2023 kind of starts now, and it even started maybe in Paris-Bercy. So he had that Paris-Bercy. He's had this week in Turin as well, where he's obviously been practicing with playing practice sets with the guys. I don't know if he's played Holger Rune, but he certainly had practice sets, I think, with Felix and one or two others. And then, of course, he's played Felix and Taylor, and now I wonder if it might be a mistake if, like most players that have had 9 or 10 months of constant play, someone like Tsitsipas or Rublev, I think they need this 4 or 5 weeks, and I would urge them not to go near a tennis court for 3 or 4 weeks. Like we see, I saw Swiatek on a beach, by the way, reading a book. Absolutely good idea, chill out. But I wonder, because Rafa's barely played in the second half of the season, if maybe it would be good for him to keep going and build some momentum. I don't necessarily, he's obviously got these matches with Casper Ruud on clay. I think that's kind of bizarre going to South America for that. But anyway, that aside, if he can continue on the practice courts of Manacor, maybe get to Australia pretty early like he did last year. I think he was there by the 26th, 27th of December after he'd come out of COVID. We saw him on the practice court saying something along the lines of, "Shh, don't tell anyone I'm here," something like that. I think that was New Year's Eve or something like that. I saw that picture. And I wonder if he should then the second his Australian Open finishes, that's when he takes his break, and we don't see him until clay. I know he's been a regular at Acapulco, but I think Acapulco is looking like very unlikely already. I think he's either said he won't be there, or basically everyone's read between the lines saying he won't be. He could play Indian Wells. I don't think we'll ever see him play Miami again, just because of the proximity to the clay season, and he's not done so well there anyway. We might see him at Indian Wells, but personally, I would be fine if we just build up to Australia, and I mean the build-up starts now. Different attitude to Swiatek, Rublev, Tsitsipas, maybe even Djokovic as well, who has played a fairly intensive indoor season. Those guys, different. If I was their physical coach, I'd say take 4 weeks off, and we'll see you in Australia at the end of December. But for Rafa, because of this period of not hardly playing, I think it might be good if he keeps going. Either somehow playing practice sets with, I don't know, Verdasco in Manacor, or just get to Australia early and get some practice
Yeah,
sets against.
he'll go to South America with
I know
Casper
he's
Ruud.
going. Yeah, he's going to South America. The only problem I have with that is it's clay and it's South America. It's a journey. It's a trip. I know he's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
flying. He's
that's
not
it.
on. He's not in economy like you and me.
Yeah, you're right, but it's like part of the preparation for me. I think that
Okay.
his 2023 has started. He started this week, last week in Paris. He wants to to stay fit till the Australian Open, to play good tennis in the Australian Open, and I think he knows what to do. I think that he he has already he has a plan. He has a plan to arrive in Australia in fully fit form.
Yep, yeah, maybe. I've got a tweet there from Simon Chambers, and by the way, I've got his book here that he's just published with along with his co-author Simon Graf. I did an interview with Simon Graf a few weeks ago on Stan Wawrinka, so if you are watching right now, check out my interview with Simon about Stan Wawrinka. I think it's called "Let's Talk Stan Wawrinka" from a couple of weeks ago. But I'm also going to be having Simon Chambers on the show in a week or two. I've yet to finish his book. I've just started it, so I probably need another week or so at least to finish it. So I'm looking forward to having Simon on. Make sure you click that like button, by the way, because Mario, by the way, who was all by himself for nearly the entire match today, taking us through, going, ooh, 4 aces in a row from Servebot Rafa, or what a winner down the line, or Casper Ruud putting it, and I think he did great. So definitely hit that like button, and also we need subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,000. I've got some great shows, by the way, coming up, Mario, regarding matches of the year. I've already interviewed Mark Petchey. We did, who was the commentator, a former British player, world number 80. And we did a show. He was a commentator. He's a very famous commentator nowadays. And of course, he was commentating for the Rafa Medvedev final in Australia. So I've already recorded it. That's going to go out in December. I did another one with Pam Shriver, excuse me, on Serena Williams' matches at the US Open. I've also done one on the French Open, Rafa Nadal against Djokovic with Owen, and I've got an interview. I've got 2 interviews lined up next week. One with Gil Gross. We're going to be talking about Carlos Alcaraz and Sinner, of course, and that didn't go your way. Mario, just quickly regarding that match, how disappointed? How did you feel when Sinner lost that? Were you like, oh, that's terrible, or did you just go, this has just been a beautiful match?
Yeah, I'm like that. For me, when a match is beautiful, I feel good in the end, even if my guy has lost. I was happy to be part of a little piece of tennis history, even if as a spectator. That's for me, and yeah, I have a lot of passion to this sport, and for me to be able to watch these guys playing unbelievable points in the biggest stage, it's fantastic. And now even more, because now I can relate a bit with them. The actual generation has like my age, so for me it's also quite emotional in some ways to watch them winning Grand Slams, being number 10, 5, 1 in the world. So I'm very happy for them. I'm looking forward to the next season.
Okay, before we finish this episode, I do think we should have a quick word on this evening's match, of course, which is tonight. I've got it on the screen going across the bottom there at 7:55 GMT, 8:55 Central European Time. I think, who have I got in the commentary box tonight? We've got, I think I've got Nick, Jethro, and also Shrihari will be there as well, helping the production of that. So that's exciting because it's a shootout to qualify.
It's like a quarterfinal. It's like a quarterfinal.
I love it. I love it. It's like a quarterfinal, Mario. So tell me what your thoughts on this match.
I have to be. I have to stay true to myself. So I said that Taylor Fritz would have been through the semifinals. So I'll be with Taylor Fritz. I think that he can do it, because even against Casper Ruud, he lost that match, but he played really well, and he's showing to be a top 8 guy, at least in these conditions, and not only in these conditions, because he did it in for the most part of the year. So, well, I think that that Taylor can do it, but yeah, I also know that we have to not underestimate Felix, because even in Paris, he started quite average. Losing a set, he was like 7-6 for one down or something like that against Immer, and then he got better and better and better as the tournament went ahead. So I think that yeah, we'll see an exciting match. I like to say that it's like a quarterfinal, because it's like that. And I also like that this match is will be playing in the evening session, because I love the evening sessions. So I'm looking forward to the match. I think that Fritz can do it, if I have to make a prediction. But yeah, look at that, for example. Yeah, probably both have improved a lot since that match, even if it was only at the beginning of the year. But yeah, 6-7, 6-4, 6-4. I'm expecting a score similar to that one.
Okay. I'm going for Felix, and there's a few reasons behind that. First of all, I think overall indoor hard. When Felix plays his best, when he's serving as well as he can, I would put him slightly ahead of Taylor Fritz. Let's think about what we've seen. Not just, I think what we've seen in Turin is important. But let's also look at the last 2 or 3 months of indoor hard court. Only Djokovic, I think, has played better than Felix. Maybe Holger Rune. Those three have been the standout players for me during this period of the season. Taylor Fritz, until this tournament, hadn't really shown us a huge amount. I watched the final set of Taylor Fritz's against Simon in France, in Paris. I was there in the stadium. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
so... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Tell me, Mario, what are you thinking?
No, yeah, that loss was really a bad loss, for sure. But I don't know why. I think that coming here as the last seed, coming the spot after Alcaraz's withdrawal, it's like a comfortable situation for him to play well, like almost like it was in Indian Wells this year. So I don't know. That's the reason why I have good vibes thinking about him. But yeah, I know that Felix has proved to be amazing in this indoor season. He basically won almost every match he's played. I think that that when he's at his peak level, I don't know how many of them are above Felix.
Exactly.
When at peak level. Felix peak is fantastic. I think that he can also beat Djokovic in this tournament if he's able to produce his peak level. Because he has like that controlled aggressive style. I don't know how to explain better, but he goes for his shots, but he's like precise in what he has to do, even when he goes to the net. When I'm so it's I'm impressed. I'm impressed by his tennis.
Yeah, exactly. And I just think, and this is all you can do, is I don't think either have had a perfect week. Of course, Felix against Casper was very disappointing, and it was a bit of a surprise for me to see Felix's level drop compared to how it had been the previous 4 weeks. Fritz's level was pretty good against Rafa. Showed some good signs against Casper, but ultimately couldn't prevail. I think if Felix is getting better, that's also a thing as well. That I think he's getting in all the 4 sets he's played, he's probably got slightly better. I mean, he couldn't get much
Yeah.
worse than probably the first 2 sets against Casper. So there is a bit of momentum building with Felix. I could be entirely wrong. I mean, listen, it's 60-40. It's not a very clear-cut thing for me, but I would err more towards Felix. I just think that if Felix plays his best, I think really, as I say, only Novak and Holger Rune could really live with him in recent weeks.
Yeah.
What I would also say, and I think you raised a good point there, Mario, if I was a Novak Djokovic fan or on his team, I would be watching this match and I would be wanting Taylor Fritz to win. And I think that says everything.
I think too, even because if we look at about the head-to-head, I think that Novak has a great score against Fritz. And yeah, I know, like in the comments, they're saying Felix beat an injured Nadal, an injured Novak, sorry, at Lever Cup. Yeah, I know it. I did it. I said that thing to like an idiomatic sentence. It was to say that he can beat everyone if he's at his peak level. Yeah, I think that they would prefer. Honestly, watching all the things that happened in the last months, I can't see today Novak losing against Fritz or against Ruud. I may be wrong. I think that Felix can have a chance if he plays a good match.
I mean, look, 5-0 against Taylor Fritz. I'll be interested.
There was the match also in Australia where he had the abdominal injury. That one in 5 sets.
Yep, exactly. This one here, yeah. That was one that was really a bad loss, I would say, for Fritz. But I think Fritz that's twice now he's lost to one of the greats, if you like. And the great was injured, but he couldn't quite get it back, if you like. He did really well to get back into that match. And listen, anything can happen in tennis. But the other 4 matches have all been straight sets wins for Djokovic, including on indoor hard in Paris last year. So similar conditions, you could argue, indoor hard at the very least anyway, Paris Bercy. The rest have all been on clay with the exception of that Australian Open match. But I do think that is far more favourable than this. Now, I know that was at the Laver Cup. I'm very aware of that. I'm very aware of whether you want to take that match seriously.
And even in Rome, that match was very close match.
Yep, and basically clay is his worst surface, Felix. So I'm not saying Felix will win. I still think that Djokovic will be the favourite. But if you said to me Djokovic Fritz, for me it's 80-20. If it's Djokovic Felix, it's 70-30. That's my point.
I agree with these numbers.
Mario, any final comments either on tonight's match or today what we've seen? Let's just finally close on Rafa against Casper and just give us your final thoughts on that.
No, sorry, I got distracted. Sorry.
Don't worry. Just your final thoughts on Rafa against Casper today.
Okay, no, as I said, I think that for Casper it's not the end of the world. He's still first in the group, which means that he'll avoid Novak Djokovic in the semifinals, and so that's huge. And so for Rafa it's an important win, 7-5, 7-5, a quite close score. I think that probably both can be quite happy for today's match, quite happy, and only for today's match for Rafa. But yeah, probably I was expecting a closer fight. But yeah, it was an enjoyable match, and thanks also to, I read in the comments. Thanks, Mario.
Yes,
So thank
yes,
you too.
really nice. Thanks, Ghibli. Listen, Ghibli, it's been great to have you on throughout this week, making your comments as well, the very smart ones. And we may not agree 100% on everything, but that's the beauty of this
Yeah,
sport.
obviously.
Mario, listen, it was great having you on for the preview. It's been great having you on for these commentaries this week. Even if you were like 2 weeks ahead of us and you're so far in the future, you're heading into the Australian Open right now, and maybe you already know how that's going to go. We should really call you Nostradamus because you really are in the future and predicting the future, if you like. But we've
Yeah.
loved having you on this week, and we can't wait to have you on again very soon.
Thank you very much. I've enjoyed this a lot. Thank you.
And to the rest of the tennis world, thank you for stopping by.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.